Hi, I'm Dave Scott from US Acute Care Solutions. Thanks for watching my series of videos. Last time we talked about how you don't get rich at work. At work, you generate an income from your profession, which shows up nicely on your income statement. You get wealthy by what you do with that income, specifically how well you do at converting that income into solid assets in your asset column. Our goal should be to convert our income into solid assets as efficiently as possible while enjoying life to its fullest along the way. Today I want to introduce to you the basic formula for building wealth in your asset column. The next 3 laws of money are directly related to the variables in this simple formula. Wealth equals time times the amount invested times the rate of return. When I hear physicians talking about investing, the conversation is almost always about what they're invested in and the returns that they're getting. Based on those conversations, it would seem that the rate of return is clearly the most important of these 3 variables, right? Well, it depends. It depends mostly on where you are along your path at creating wealth. Since these videos are aimed primarily at physicians in training, I'm going to assume that you're at the beginning of this wealth building endeavor, and for that stage of life, the rate of return is the least important variable. Why is that? Because the difference between a 6% return and an 8% return on very little invested money is budget dust. As you start to build your wealth, the rate of return becomes important, to be sure. But at the beginning, all of your focus needs to be on the other 2 variables, time and the amount invested. Today we're going to focus on time, and although I've mentioned that physicians get a late start due to long education and training, most of you are still in your late 20s or early 30s, so you may not have a lot of invested assets, but thankfully you do have an abundance of time. You need to recognize how valuable that time is and don't waste it. Time is so important and such an ally to you because of the power of compounding. Albert Einstein called compound interest the most powerful force in the universe and the 8th wonder of the world. Let's look at why. Let's imagine 2 young physicians. The first starts investing at age 30 right out of residency. The other waits 10 years for whatever reason. At retirement, the doc who started right away will end up with twice the retirement savings. Let's put some dollar figures on this. If these docs were investing $10,000 a year and getting an average 7% rate of return, Doc A would have $1.5 million at age 65, where Doc B would only have $677,000. If they were investing $50,000 a year, about the maximum you can put away in a tax-deferred retirement plan, Doc A would have $7.5 million, where Doc B would have less than $3.5. The first 10 years of investing accounts for well over half of the money that they have at retirement. Those are critically important dollars. You need to recognize the power of compound interest. The biggest financial mistake that any young physician can make is to delay the process of starting to build their wealth. Remember, you've already won the game. You are going to be in the top 1 to 2% of wage earners in the wealthiest nation that ever existed on the face of the planet, as long as you take advantage of time. The incredible power of compound interest will build your wealth. There are a variety of reasons why young physicians will choose to delay. Student loans, buying a house, children, and so on. We'll discuss all of these excuses in future videos, but any reason you give me to justify delaying is rationalization, pure and simple. It's rationalization to get what you want right now. If you do that, you are stealing from your future and intentionally putting your guaranteed win in jeopardy. Don't do it. Start right now. It's a very simple law of money. Wealth will come easily to those who take advantage of time. In the next video, we'll discuss the 3rd law of money. Wealth will build rapidly for those who follow the 80-20 rule.